Hi, everybody. David Wesley here, and welcome to episode number 3 of Meet the Choir. In this series, I introduce you to some of the very interesting people I've had a chance to meet through my virtual choir projects. I actually have a few submissions in the can already, but I wanted to go out of order with the one I just received, and I'll tell you why. If you can't tell from my voice, it's a little lower than normal. I think I caught a cold from my boys. I do work in a hospital, but I'm blaming my boys because, while there may be sick people in the hospital, I don't kiss my patients, and I do get close to my boys. So I blame them. Anyway, the person I want to introduce you to today is Eric Holloway, that I call the Ace of Basses. Eric is a singer with an incredible vocal range that goes quite low. And when I'm sick like this, my voice goes a little bit lower and I can actually hit some low notes that I normally can't. But Eric is still incredibly, incredibly low. I'm so grateful that he put in his submission so you can hear him tell a little bit about his story, and then I'll point you to some of his videos. So take it away, Eric.
Hello out there. My name is Eric Holloway, and I'm from St. Petersburg, Florida, which is Tampa Bay to a lot of people. I've been singing for close to 50 years now. Since I was about 5 years old, started singing in church, still sing in church to this day. As a matter of fact, that's how I came across David's music on YouTube. David is one of those gifted singers who I first got a chance to see back when I was trying to learn this multi-tracking thing. Your Love Never Fails is the first multi-track video of his that I saw. I think it's about 7 or 8 years ago now. And I've been following him ever since, hoping that one day we would eventually do some work together, and that too has come to pass in the last few years, where I've been a part of his virtual choirs, a couple of them at least. And hopefully we'll do more work together in the future. But he is a very talented guy. I'm inspired by his work, and it's a great thing to be able to sing with him, to collaborate with him, and to develop this friendship in music and beyond that we have here. One of the things that sets me apart from other vocalists is, I think, my deep voice. It's something that I kind of attained naturally from my father, but my voice at this age is much deeper than his. Actually, it's been deeper than his since I was about 16. But it's something I got naturally. All of us Holloway boys have low voices, but my voice is, it kind of became the exception to the rule. There are a lot of people out there that I have always kind of looked up to, I guess, when I was a young singer growing up. Most of them basses, singing in quartets or pop groups. And I would sing along with those guys, and like the Oak Ridge Boys, the Temptations, the Four Tops, and the list can go on and on. Of course, you have the solo bass singers: Barry White, Lou Rawls, Isaac Hayes. There are a few guys that I just really were wowed by growing up, and just fortunate and kind of giddy at this stage of my life, being a voice like they were, and hopefully being an influence to other young guys who aspire to be bassists one day, or are now, in their early years. So the cycle keeps going. You come up, and hopefully you inspire others, and they come up, and hopefully they inspire others, and hopefully that cycle just keeps going and going. But this path was laid before me by those guys I mentioned, and I'm sure if you could talk to some of them, the path was laid before them by people ahead of them, and so on and so on. So it's a legacy that I'm happy to be a part of as a bass singer.
Thanks again, Eric, for telling us a little bit about your story and about your very unique voice. I have to say that listening to you is like getting a massage to my ears. It's just so relaxing. You make Barry White sound like Vizzini from The Princess Bride. It's just great. If you want to hear Eric's performance in my virtual choir, you can check out virtual choir number 3 in Christ Alone. You can hear him really anchoring the bass section at the end of the third verse. It really is something to behold. Please check out Eric's channel. There's links in the video description, as well as a couple of doodads on the screen here for you to click on. And we'll see you next time on Meet the Choir.